What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to reality. Guys, today we have Andy and DJ.
Cruise the internet.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to cruise the internet. That's what CTI stands for. It stands for Cruise the Internet. That's where we put topics on the screen. We talk about what's going on. We speculate on what's true and what's not true, and then we talk about how we, the people, are going to work to solve some of these problems going on in the world. I'm just going to skip the rest of the intro, man. I'm still sick. I hope you guys appreciate my sacrifice. Coming in here, wearing it, getting the job done.
Yeah.
But no, for real, man. This whatever's going around is no joke.
No, it's some deep. But no, yeah, I mean, you gotta get the job done, man. That's how I felt on MLK Day. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of did you do?
I don't care who had a dream. I had to work. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with you, man? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Just excited for the weekend. Got a good big weekend coming up, and
yeah, we're headed down to Daytona.
Yeah,
to watch the no, not NASCAR. It's IMSA.
Yeah, but like they race there too, though.
Yeah. But that's the Daytona 500. We're going for the Rolex 24 hours.
Right. I mean, I know where we're going for. I was.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going down to watch Ryan Hardwick. One of my very, very, very best friends in the world race in the 24 hours at Daytona. He's already won it once, but we switched teams this year, and we're now with Ford. We've been with Porsche for the last number of years, and it's going to be exciting.
It's my first time being up close with I've never been to a race like that. I've been to Worldwide and saw the drag strip night where it's open to the public, and that was crazy.
It's a spectacle, bro.
Yeah,
it's a lot of people, and it's cool.
Yeah, is Bubba Wallace going to be there?
That's NASCAR.
Oh.
I don't know. He might be here, though.
I was going to say what's up to
Is that your homie?
I mean, I mean, it can be. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I can relate to. No, man, let's get into it, man. I got to, don't forget, they can't be hoes.
Oh, yeah, you got to share the show. Now, guys, if you hadn't noticed, about twice a month we get a show that just...
At least twice.
The guys just don't like it over there at YouTube. And they censor it, and they keep it so that people can't see it. And our last show from Tuesday was like that.
Mm-hmm. It's painfully obvious.
Yeah. So make sure you share the show for us, okay? If you get value out of the show, if you think it's something that needs to be heard, if it, it's something that you need to get spread, remember, we can't really get the word out there without your help. So please share the show. Don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it, man. I saw this and politics aside, right? Let's give a very fair, non-biased assessment, okay? Hillary Clinton attempts La Macarena dance with the band during a party in Spain, and I got the video.
I can't wait.
So former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was caught on video attempting to dance La Macarena at a party in Spain with the duo who made the song infamous, Los Del Rio. After her meeting in Madrid with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jose Manuel Alvarez, Clinton traveled to Seville to attend a party in her honor at the iconic Palacio de Duenes, according to Hola.com. The video that was shared to Instagram shows Clinton being pulled up front in front of a group of people to dance with the band. She attempts to follow along, but doesn't appear to know the moves of the iconic 90s dance hit.
Does anybody still know him?
I know it.
Bro, you still know the Macarena?
It's legendary, bro. Come on.
All right.
You should know that. Don't they teach, isn't that in that culture?
No.
You don't get taught that in elementary school or something? It's not.
Bro, why these kind of dances for people that can't dance? That's what these kind of dances are for. So I can dance.
Yeah.
So
You never did Macarena?
No.
All right. Well, let's try it. Let's try it along with Hillary. Here's the.
I don't know it. I just got done telling you.
Here's the clip.
Oh man. Wow, that's embarrassing.
That's not the dance. That's not part of. That's not even.
No, she's trying to get out of there, bro. This is the worst. Oh man. And then she's got to smile and pretend like she's loving it. You can tell she hates it.
Bro, what the f is this?
Bro, she'd rather just go back to assassinating people.
Like, come on, guys,
You guys distracted her from her real job.
Yeah, I got a meeting at 7:30. Gotta get this guy out of here.
She don't like that.
Oh man.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton is very unlikable. I'll just say
It's just so easy. It's so easy to just not like her.
it's because they try so hard to look like they're having fun when they're clearly not having fun. Huh?
They try so hard to make her likable.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And she's not.
No.
And so like it's just a man. Yeah, it's incredibly awkward.
Mm. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that up there again. Non-biased political opinions here.
Yeah, I mean, I could be a lot meaner.
Yeah, you did good.
Look, hey, she's just an old lady trying to still be relevant, and it just ain't working, man. But why is she in Spain talking to political dignitaries for any reason when she's not even an elected part of our government?
That's the bigger question, Andy. That's the bigger answer. Listen, what is she? Is she making promises?
Why is it these people who are not elected, who are not part of our government, are allowed to go talk to other members of other governments, supposedly, probably about what's going on here in America?
What else would they be talking about?
Where the bodies are buried.
Yeah, man, it's f***ed up.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that in there. But guys, let's get to our cruise. Remember, if you want to see any of these pictures, articles, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You guys can find them linked there. With that being said, headline number one. Headline number one reads, Arizona GOP chairman resigns after leaked audio replaying alleged bribe from powerful people to stop Kari Lake. This was wild. And it was wild not because I didn't know this was a thing. It was wild that it finally has been exposed. And people are, you know what I'm saying? They like, this is proof. Like, this is evidence here, right? Super wild story here, man. So let's dive into this. This is a Breitbart article reading, Jeff DeWitt, chair of the Arizona Republican Party, who is at the center of controversial leaked audio allegedly attempting to, quote unquote, bribe Kari Lake into backing down, which even alludes to veiled threats from, quote unquote, powerful people, is resigning from his position, citing an ultimatum from Lake's team, which is threatening to release more audio of private conversations. Now, let's just play a little bit of the clip. You can stop it when you want.
Don't tell people.
They're going to try to have me murdered.
I wouldn't doubt that either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man. They said the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know? So
what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't. If you say, I got offered to buy out, don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate. Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I said it's about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know if it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
They want you to stay out for 2 years. But, I'll tell you what I can offer you. But, I said, you can do whatever she wants, talking head, this and that. So, the ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was, it has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and keep her out? And I said, well, what are you willing to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad thing for our country. DeSantis is not America first. This is about the final death blow to Trump. And I don't think that's good for our country.
And I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's not good for our country, Jeff.
It's not. But at the same time, I'm not even sure Trump can win again. I don't know that he can win again. I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about the ability to raise money to win. You know, if you really want to know, all of politics boils down to money. I think. That's really good. And even on their end, like, what makes them the most money?
I know. All these consultants don't want their payday to end. And I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting them do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona to carry their torch and their voice.
Or you don't go away, but you pause.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
You pause. And refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not. You can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them. And they're sitting around people that have something to offer them. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back. You know, I've been on the outs with a lot of people for a long time because I don't scratch backs. You know, where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Listen to what you're saying. Why don't we do something about it so that we the people can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not willing to accept that. And I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's... Go back and tell them that. I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their...
So the conversation, it goes on, it's about a 10-minute conversation.
Hold on. You missed the most important part.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I mean, I got the whole clip. That's all I was saying. Just let me know when you want to.
Yeah. The most important part is he goes on to legitimately offer her millions of dollars. 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. And she says no.
Just to say, is there a number at which
I can be bought.
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30... No. A billion? No. This is not about money. This is about our country. I think it's disturbing that they would even... that anybody would think this is...
No, to be fair, even me, I'll say this. I want a fresh face right now for the reason that I've never seen anyone, I can't think of a single person in a federal race who's lost, ran again and won. I can't think of it. If you can think of it, let me know.
I'm not going to let these people who hate our country tell me not to run. You should call them and tell them to get behind me.
It's wild shit, man. So in a statement released Wednesday, DeWitt essentially confirmed the authenticity of the audio, although he called it, quote, selectively edited. Throughout the lengthy statement, which was 2 pages, by the way, he expressed more outrage toward Lake, who he said was employed by his private company for recording their private conversation than for what was actually said. And he claimed that his discussion was, quote unquote, transparent and, quote, intended to offer perspective, not coercion. However, throughout the audio recording, DeWitt made it abundantly clear that the conversation, quote, never happened, which seemingly debunks his claims of transparency. DeWitt did not address the details of the recording, including the implied bribes, and his own suggestion that something very bad could happen to him if he exposed these powerful people. While DeWitt said he intended to fight for his position, he said he received an ultimatum from Lake's team to resign or face the release of a, quote, new, more damaging recording. Andy, what do we got on this?
I think she'll probably release it anyway.
I think she has to.
Yeah, I think she does. I think we need to know what we're dealing with, and we need to know the kind of people that are out here and what they're trying to do.
We have to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If we're talking about full transparency, we have to. If you're talking about you're for the people and this is a hill worth dying, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You know, now this guy, so I mean, you know, a lot of these people who work on these campaigns and stuff, nobody really knows him, right? But this guy, he was the COO and the CFO for Trump's campaign in 2016, and then also the COO for his 2020 campaign as well. Jeff DeWitt, man. So, I mean, it's like, I don't see this coming from Trump. But like, who is this coming from? He's saying these powerful people on the East Coast, right? Now, I feel like a lot of people, oh, well, you know, yeah, it's Biden administration, whatever the case is. But let's not forget what they did to Eric Greitens and who was responsible for dumping almost $30 million within a month, right? Like, there were some R's on that was shoved up in there as well.
Yeah, look, dude, people can't think, you guys can't think of this as Democrat corrupt, Republican not corrupt, or vice versa. These guys are all in together. They're lawyers, okay? And the way lawyers play ball is they're all friends, and then they talk about it behind the scenes about how they're going to do business, not unlike what you just heard, all right? That's common practice amongst lawyers. What you just heard, like when you get in a lawsuit or you have something going on, those dudes are having those conversations behind your back. You just never hear them or never see them, and you're led to believe that these things don't happen or don't exist, and they do. And so this is common, you know, the common way these people kind of do business, and this is the common way they do business. And, you know, I think it's important that people recognize that, because what you see and what they come out and say at their podium, those are all, every single time, those are all rehearsed, well thought out messages to deliver some version of acceptable information to the public. It's never the full story. It's never the whole enchilada, so to speak. It's just the little bits and pieces that they can tell you or want you to know, so that you guys won't revolt and, you know, do what honestly probably should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, think about this too, right? Like the fact that this guy resigned from his position because over just a threat, you don't even know if there's another audio, but just the threat of releasing something more damaging than this.
That means that the stuff they got is way worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get Macarena'd.
Well, that was the other thing, dude. It's like, this is how this works. You know, they come to you, they try to pay you first. All right. And most people take the pay.
Yeah.
Because they understand that it's like Pablo Escobar says in Narcos, man. It's silver or lead.
Yeah.
And that's the options you got with these people.
Yeah.
And the United States being I think a lot of citizens are under the idea that the United States is some sort of above the board or above that kind of behavior country, when in reality it's not. These people are powerful. They want to get what they want, and they come and they offer you the reward, and then if you don't take the reward, bad things happen to you, and that's how they operate. So it's you know, Carrie Lake's got to start being real careful, and I'm sure she knows that. And I like Carrie Lake. I don't really see how you couldn't like her.
Yeah.
She doesn't bow down. She doesn't bend a knee. She doesn't take any shit from anybody. You know,
I like how she calls out the reporters.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you know, she does a lot of the same things Trump has done, but in a little bit classier way. And I like her.
Yeah.
You know, I think she's got a lot of courage, and I respect what she does. And those are the kind of people that we need to have in our government. You know, and by the way, on both sides, that doesn't mean you have to agree with all her policy issues, but you got to have people who are not willing to be corrupted, you know, and if you're a Democrat and you believe in more liberal policy agendas, then you should have those people. You know, that's the problem with the Democrat Party right now. The Democrat Party has been totally corrupted, where they're willing to do anything and everything to win. And to the point where a lot of their voter base has accepted that as well. They don't care if it's true or not, as long as they get their way. And that's what's damaging the country and destroying the country. And so, you know, what we really need is people on both sides who are not corruptible, who are willing to serve and fight for the issues at hand, and let our government work the way it's supposed to work. That is how it's supposed to work. People are supposed to go into a room, argue their points, and we're supposed to work it out.
Yeah.
The problem is with Trump, dude, and Carrie Lake and the like, is that there's too many of these people for them to just assassinate them all or remove them all or jail them all. There's too many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is why we're seeing this panic, because, you know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, there might have been a rogue person or 3 or 4 people that came along that were outside of wanting to play the game that they play. But now there's so many people that are like, no, man, like we're not doing it anymore. They're panicking.
Yeah.
And that's,
Well, plus they know the spread of information too, right? Like,
yeah.
the majority of those Macarenas from Clinton, like that shit happened 20, 30 years ago, right? So it's like, okay, cool, plane crashes, whatever. Guys,
Yeah, it is. There is some crazy coincidences.
Bro, yeah, like the guy who committed, suicide, who
Shot himself in the back
3 times.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it's there's certain things, but again, it happened way back then. Nobody's really paying attention because the information wasn't readily available like
Well,
that.
dude, that's what I'm saying about the Democratic Party as a whole, bro. They don't care if it happens. They're like, F it, we're getting our way.
Fix it.
It's more important than it. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And here's the dangerous thing about the Democrats setting that standard for so long now that it's by any means possible. When that coin flips over, it's going to be by any means possible, and nobody's going to be able to stop it because the other side of the aisle has been abused so hard for so long. They're not going to have any empathy or sympathy or restraint or anything.
Nope.
It's just going to be straight up scorched earth.
Yeah, and they've already set the precedence.
Yeah, right. That's what
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
It's like
And
Kamala,
this is why it's always important to be fair to people and
Yeah.
to hold yourself to a higher standard and a higher code, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like Kamala gets on today, and she's like, "Oh, if Trump gets back in, he'll politicize the DOJ." And it's like, lady, what the f-? Like? That's exactly what you guys.
Not only that, we see it in every city in America right now.
Yeah.
We see criminals who are violent, who are creating disruption in the communities, being set free with no bond. And then we see people like Daniel Penny, who's a good Samaritan, who stops this guy from going f***ing crazy on a subway, sitting in jail. Right? We see the politicization of the DOJ. Like that's already happening. The government system and the court system and the police, everything has already been politicized because these people are so desperate. But the good news is that everybody sees it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's tired of it.
Yep.
Because people got to live in that shit and they don't want to live in it anymore.
Now, guys, jumping on this conversation down in the comments, let us know what you guys think. With that being said, let's head over to Cruz's comments. Today's Cruz's comment comes from @KevinCoastal8737. He says, "Hey, Andy and DJ, I don't think you guys will get the #1 domestic terrorist spot because your DEI score is too high. You have a black guy, Indian guy, and Bosnian."
Right, no white guys? Oh, we got a white guy too.
Who?
I love how I get left out.
I thought he was talking about you when he said black guy.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, Joe. Well, yeah, we got Joe. But he said maybe if you all identify as white males, you'll get in the top 10. Love this show. Greetings from Colorado.
Hey, man, hey.
It's worth a try.
Yeah.
We can all just identify at this point.
Yeah, I think he's actually right. I think we do have too high we're too diverse on the show to get on the list,
Yeah,
man.
they're like, oh, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, our show would be a lot different. Like if it was
host.
if it was just a bunch of white dudes in here saying all the shit we say, these motherfuckers be going crazy. They can't say shit.
Mm-mm.
Anyway.
Did you check his? Yeah, there's a big giant black guy there. Fuck. And he's sitting next to India.
Yeah. Hey, we're the United Nations of real shit here.
That's what it is,
That's
man.
right.
That's what it is. Yeah, we appreciate you guys, though. Thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you guys for being real-ass fans. Let's keep this cruise moving and head over to headline number 2. It's looking like it might be a little, like the Civil War going on, bro. Like American Revolution again.
It's definitely weird.
It's a weird time,
Yeah.
man. And we gotta head down to Texas to check this out. So let's we've been keeping you guys updated on what's going on in Texas. There's been some pretty big developments, so let's connect some dots. Headline reads, border battle lines. Dems call on Biden to seize control of Texas National Guard as GOP allies back Abbott. Fox News article reading, as Texas Governor Greg Abbott continues to tout the state's right to self-defend itself from a migrant invasion, some Democratic lawmakers are calling on President Biden to take control of the state's National Guard.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do it. Yeah, you can't do it. And not only that, there's been some interesting developments even on that part. But Abbott issued a lengthy statement Wednesday saying the federal government broke the compact between the U.S. and the individual states. So here are some of I got some tweets here. These are from some of these Democratic lawmakers or lawbreakers, whatever you guys want to call them. Like this guy here, Congressman Greg Casar, he says, Greg Abbott has continued to use political stunts and inflammatory language to advance his own agenda, violating the Constitution and endangering both U.S. citizens and asylum seekers. This is a whole thread he puts out. He says, Abbott is following the Donald Trump playbook. Make immigration harder and more dangerous so asylum seekers are pushed into the hands of the cartels and the systems remain broken. I agree with Yoquan Castro. If Abbott is defying yesterday's Supreme Court ruling, at POTUS needs to establish sole federal control of the Texas National Guard. We can create an immigration system that is safe, orderly, and humane. It's Democrats' jobs to push back on razor wire, inhumane cages, and broken policies of the past. And he goes on for a little bit more. You got this is Yoquan Castro he was talking about, who's directly calling on POTUS to take and establish sole federal control of the National Guard. Even Beta Douche O'Rourke, he jumps in on the conversation. He says, quote, Abbott is using the Texas Guard to defy a Supreme Court ruling. When Governor Fabus did this in 1957, Eisenhower federalized the Arkansas Guard to ensure compliance with the law. Biden must follow this example of bold, decisive leadership to end this crisis before it gets worse. But yeah, Abbott doubled down on it. So this is a very, very...
First of all, it's not immigration. It's an invasion.
It is an invasion. It's very, very important we differentiate.
Yeah.
Because, again, guys, like it's the play on words.
Yes.
It's the play on words that they always try to run. This is an invasion. And that's what he's basing this right to self-defense is based on. It's the constitutional right that all states have the right? Texas Governor Greg Abbott on Wednesday accused the federal government of breaking the compact with the states following a Supreme Court ruling on Monday that cleared the way for the Border Patrol to remove razor wire installed by Texas along the U.S.-Mexico border. In a statement, Abbott said, quote, President Biden has refused to enforce immigration laws and has even violated them. In the latest escalation in legal and political standoff between Texas and the federal government, though Abbott stopped short of announcing any specific measures until now. He tweeted out this, which at this time has received over 40 million views on X. He released a whole statement on Texas's constitutional right to self-defense. And in here, the important part is what he's referencing to this, which is Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3, which acknowledges the state's sovereign interest in protecting their borders. And he lists the case law as well, along with that. But basically saying, hey, not happening. Now there's been some stuff that's floating around now, yet to verify 100%. But there's been some stuff floating around of like even the National Guard's been saying like, hey, listen, if they try that, we're standing with Texas, and basically saying that they're going to completely defy any order that comes from Biden.
Well, bro, this should have been done years ago.
Years ago.
Okay, like why did it take Greg Abbott 3 years or 4 years to stand up? Like, look at the problems that we're going to have from this for the next however many years, unless we take some ridiculously drastic action, which in my opinion is what's needed to put these people back where they came from. You know, this is fundamentally changing the demographics of our country. It's increased crime in a tremendous way. We're taking tax dollars that we need for our actual citizens, people who contribute tax to the piggy bank. We're taking money from them and giving it to these people. Like this, there's so much shit wrong with this, and it's all political. These people want to bring in these people for a bunch of different reasons. They want to replace the awakening black population who is learning in real time that the Democrats are not their party. All right. They want to work in, they want to eliminate the white population in this country by making sure that we promote diversity to the point where there is no actual other race besides this mixed race of people, which, people like to argue, but this is what's been going on in Europe for the last decade. Okay. And
that's how you end up with Ireland having the number one most popular name
is Muhammad.
Right. And Ireland.
Right, bro. And it's not racism to say that. Every racism is saying that a race of people don't have a right to exist, and we're going to integrate other races to the point where none of them exist. That's racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have these people who say, oh, well, it's racist to point this thing out, that they're trying to integrate all the races together. Well, the good-hearted people, like the regular, everyday people, they hear that and they're like, yeah, you know, diversity is not bad. Like, I don't have anything against mixed race children or that and this. And dude, I don't think most people do. But the idea that we're going to remove entire races of people through intentional migration and interbreeding is actually racist, because they're saying that those races don't have a right to exist the way that they are.
And their cultures and their rights.
Yeah. So do you understand what I'm saying? They say we're racist for saying, hey, this appears to be what the they're doing. When in reality, bro, what they're saying is, you know, hey, none of these other races need to exist anymore. We're going to create this new race. Mm-hmm. And that's bullshit. Yep. Everybody has a right to be proud of, you know, their heritage and where they come from and all these things. But I don't think it should be part of their identity on a daily basis. And we should celebrate those things. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I like multicultural food. Like, I like going to see art from other cultures or eat, you know, at restaurants that are not, you know, white people restaurants.
It's a food season.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Shut up.
More than just salt and pepper.
You get what I'm saying?
I get
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got a good thing here in America. We got to stop this shit. It's bullshit. And everybody knows it's bullshit.
Yeah, man. The good thing, you know.
But this should have been done years ago.
Should have been done years ago. And that's always been my biggest gripe. I've said it multiple times. Like, dude, Abbott, you literally bust these people further into our country.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're protecting Texas.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, what about everybody else?
Well, what have I been saying that they've wanted to do? They wanted to get us in these civil street conflicts with these migrants. Okay.
And then close down the border so nobody can escape.
Yeah. So what better way to do it than to start it at the state versus federal level and start some sort of civil standoff to ignite, you know, passions and arguments. And this goes back to what I was saying about the migrant riots that I think that they want to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a great way to politicize that.
Yeah.
They have the government saying, let them in. We have Texas and a bunch of other states saying no. And that's going to ignite a bunch
to fall.
That's right. It's going to ignite a bunch of debate. People are going to pick sides. It's going to become the next thing. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing we know in June, right on time, we're going to have migrant riots where military-age males from other countries who shouldn't even be here are running up and down the streets f***ing our shit up.
Yeah. That's what it looks like, man. That's what it's looking like, you know.
You know, I don't think we're going to get to a point where it's going to be the federal government versus the state National Guard. I mean, but you know, if it does, I think what we're going to see a lot of people in the citizenship of this country join in on the state level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Multiple states.
A lot of people are salivating for this.
Yeah, it wouldn't just be, you know, federal versus Texas, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of other states that are also jumping in on this, right? Then they're coming out in support of Texas. GOP governors back Abbott and border standoff. So as of right now, you got Oklahoma, South Dakota, Florida, Virginia, Georgia. They've all said that they support Abbott's actions. Even DeSantis, he tweeted out on X, he said, if the Constitution really made states powerless to defend themselves against an invasion, it wouldn't have been ratified in the first place, and Texas would have never joined the Union when it did. Texas is upholding the law while Biden is flouting it.
Yeah, dude, and it looks like we're going to get into a standoff between the federal, the Biden regime, because that's what they are. They're not an administration; it's a f***ing regime.
Right.
When was the last time they've acted in the will of the people in any way, shape, or form? Go to Ukraine. Do people want to go to Ukraine? Not really. Mm-mm. Okay. Do people want to be involved in this shit in the Middle East?
Nope.
No. Do people want crime in their neighborhoods? No. Do people want high gas prices and inflation? No. Do people want any of the shit these people have bought? No. And then they go on TV every single week and they try to tell you how they're doing such a great job. And everybody else looks at their significant other and then looks at their bank statement and says, dude, what are these people talking about? And then they're gaslighted and made to think that they're the only ones that are suffering. Like we must be failing as a family because it appears that everybody else is doing good and everybody's waking up to it. So we have a rogue regime in our government who, quite honestly, is likely to be compromised. Okay, there's tons of evidence to say so that's been presented. And I think we're going to find out when this is all said and done long term that these people have been paid off by China to destroy our country, and they've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's everything they do is the opposite of what the people want, bro. Nobody wants the things that are happening with this. And they might hate Trump. People might still not like Trump, but nobody wants what's happening in this country. And they continue to come out. KGP comes out every day, talks about how they're doing such a great job and everybody's happy. No, they're happy. That small group of 300 or 400 or 500 people in Washington, D.C., they're happy. They're making more money than they've ever made. They've done more things for themselves than they've ever done. During COVID, all their buddies and their rich donors, they all got exponentially more rich while we shut down hundreds of thousands of businesses in the United States. Okay, while they are doing better, but the average person is not. So like when they tell you that, you have to understand they are not just trying to gaslight you. They're also basically saying, yeah, we're doing better for you. It's like a big middle finger to the people, right?
Yep.
So
I think that would be one more of my demands, right? Like when all this shit is over, all the money that these motherfuckers made from insider trading, all of that, divvy it up, stimulus check. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like
it won't, yeah. I don't know, dude.
That'd be nice.
These people are completely corrupt, dude. Completely corrupt, and they're destroying our country. And if this would come down to a showdown between the federal military and a state National Guard, you guys who are in the federal military, you should stand with the fucking state level. These people, and if that happens, dude, if that really does happen, it's going to probably be pretty awesome.
Probably be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I mean, just historical context. This has happened before, right? I believe it was JFK that sent the National Guard in to allow the desegregation of schools, right? The difference in these situations...
Wasn't that in Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The difference in these situations is that what Arkansas was doing was actually violating the Constitution.
Right.
It had been made law, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
But here now the federal government is violating the Constitution.
Correct. So that's the big difference here. They have listen, the Biden administration has absolutely no ground to stand on.
Yeah.
You know, so it would absolutely be interesting to see how this plays out, man. And we'll keep you guys updated. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think on this topic here. With that being said, let's keep on cruising. Let's leave something. Let's leave something here for a minute. Now, to disclaimer, this is a below the line issue, but the hypocrisy of it, I can't pass it up. Just leaving this here. Biden's abortion rights rally repeatedly interrupted by protesters for genocide in Gaza. Does that, like, and it's the same people.
They don't think of it like that.
They just switched their signs.
Yeah, they don't think of it like that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't think of it like that.
Like,
they don't think of abortion as lives.
40 million
all.
people.
They don't think of it like that.
Mm-mm.
They don't think of it like that.
Like, what?
Yeah, I know.
I got a clip. Let's watch a clip of the of his little his rally.
Jill and I had a chance to sit down. I told you how proud we were of your courage, Amanda, standing up and speaking out on such a personal issue to help so many women. And
were they in?
Look at their little mob standing up for them. First of all, none of them women got to worry about abortions because nobody's them anyway. We're gonna keep it real. Keep it real.
I'm just saying. I just thought the hypocrisy there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful. Let's just leave that right there, though. Let's keep cruising. We got headline number 3. Now we got a lot of dots to connect here, and there's been some fudgery.
Dude, imagine voting on an issue exclusively when your entire world is falling apart. Your economic ability to provide for yourself. You're like, all these women have husbands. Their husbands are struggling at work. Their husbands are having a harder time making the ends meet. And they're going to go vote on something that does not affect them every single day. I'm not saying it's not an important issue. I'm not saying it's something that we shouldn't be discussing. I'm not saying any of that. But if we're being honest, the Roe v. Wade thing, that just put it to the state level. Okay, it didn't outlaw it. If you don't like the way that your state's handling it, maybe you should go to a different state. Maybe that.
And stop fucking up that state.
Okay, yeah. Because, dude, but the problem is they brainwash these people into believing this is the most important issue, and then they ignore all the other issues that their party destroys, makes their life on a daily basis incredibly more difficult. Like, you can't, you can't negotiate or reason with someone who can't even understand that. Like, you're going to scream and throw this temper tantrum about an issue that may only affect you once or twice in your life, and the option is still there in many different ways, okay? While these same people that you vote for make every rule and decision possible to make your life harder in every single way outside of this one issue that you're only going to deal with once or twice in your life maximum. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a decent human being.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, man. I just love that those are all the people. Like, everybody in that room voted for Biden.
Everybody in that room this is the only thing they care about.
Yeah, they're about to switch their signs.
Those people don't care about anything else. They don't care about the economy. These are the people that like go to the store right now and they're like, why is everything so expensive? Oh, the store owner's greedy.
Trump.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have no idea that it's their own people doing it because they only care about this one issue because they've joined that cult.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that we can't have a discussion about that. In fact, most of you guys, don't even know how I really think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not an above the line issue. It's a below the line issue. It does not affect our everyday reality.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm with you. But let's keep this cruise moving. We got a third and final headline. Headline number 3. Headline number 3 reads, "Not a good night for Donald Trump. Why never Trumpers think he's really losing." Now, this is an interesting thing here. Okay, so this is covering the New Hampshire. Now, obviously, Trump did win the New Hampshire primary, right? Cool, great, cool. But this article I saw and this is the left-leaning mainstream media, but just listen to this, man. So the article reads, New Hampshire, Donald Trump thumped Nikki Haley in New Hampshire, but anti-Trump Republicans are hardly upset about it. Even after Trump went 2 for 2 in the early nominating contest, the non-Trump movement sees increasingly positive signs that the former president can be beat in November. Polls and exit surveys from Iowa and New Hampshire show swaths of the Republican electorate cast ballots specifically against Trump and would refuse to vote for him in November. Independents who helped hand Trump a general election loss in 2020 helped fuel record turnout in New Hampshire's GOP primary. And Trump didn't take major strides in either state in the highly educated areas where he was the weakest in 2016. Quote, "It was definitely not a good night for Trump." Mike Madrid, a California GOP strategist and co-founder of the anti-Trump Lincoln Project.
He must be great at strategy, considering
amazing.
he's part of the California GOP, and they never have won in like 50 years. So I really trust what this moron has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
Oh, listen, I'm about to expose everything because I got something for it. This whole article's bullshit. But this is them trying to push the narrative and push the idea. But we're going to see what the real numbers are. But this last little quote says, "By most metrics, the path to stopping Trump has become much clearer," Madrid said. "The anti-Trump lane is discernible. It's palpable. It's big. It's something that we can work with in a real meaningful way." Now, what they're trying to say is basically there's becoming this massive movement of people saying, hey, listen, we're still Republicans. We just don't want Trump. Okay? And I think to combat this, let's go to CNN themselves, where they break down these polls, and let's see what it's actually saying. And what registered undeclared means is registered Democrats. That was what the voter turnout was in the New Hampshire polls.
Yeah.
70% of Nikki Haley's votes came from registered Democrats. That's the movement that they're trying to paint as this anti-Trump movement.
Yeah, I know.
And there's plenty of videos, and this is where the tomfoolery comes into place, because there was a bunch of videos I remember seeing earlier yesterday and Tuesday, I believe, where they're interviewing these people who are just walked out of the voting ballots, right? And they're talking to them about, their vote and what they thought. It's like, yeah, no, I'm a Democrat. I voted because a vote for Haley was a vote against Trump. And there was a bunch of these videos.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're nowhere to be found on the internet.
Yeah, that's because it's illegal.
So yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on this, Andy?
Well, I actually think that the data shows a favorable percentage of independent voters are choosing Trump or the Republicans over the Democrats, which is really ultimately what it comes down to. Because it's not going to be Trump, Haley, and Biden on the ballot. It's going to be Donald Trump and Mike Obama. Okay, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. What?
No, I love you.
Yeah.
Finally calling her.
Well, I mean, that's what it's going to be, bro.
That's what it is.
And so, like, dude, I don't know. Who knows, man? I mean, it seems like people are waking up. Like, I've seen a couple posts in the mainstream, other than the one we covered the other day, talking about Michelle Obama becoming the nominee for the Democrats. And in the comment section, dude, like, nobody's saying, yes, this is a great idea. Everybody's saying, look at these trying to stay in for another 8 years and destroy our country. So it seems like, and this is on like these are not just like Fox News page, right? Like, this is like pretty culturally even pages. And it seems like most people are waking up to the fact of who's pulling the strings, and they're tired of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because all this shit started with Obama back in 2008. And people seem to be recognizing it. So,
yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I just thought that was crazy, man. Like, how they're trying to paint this, because it's all about the words. It's all about the perception of reality, right? And I just saw that was crazy, man. When I started seeing those videos of those voters coming out, I'm like, oh, no, I'm a Democrat. Like, I'm a registered Democrat.
Well, let me tell you how stupid this strategy guy is, okay?
Yeah.
This is how stupid he is.
Hold on, what's his name?
Mike.
Mike
Mike
Madrid.
Let me tell you how stupid this motherfucker is. Their best strategy is to scare people to death that Donald Trump's going to be elected. And here's this idiot who out in California is the GOP strategist, well, and that's probably why they lose, telling them that Donald Trump's losing.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and what's that going to do to the independent voter who's scared of Donald Trump? That's going to make them stay home. So I'm glad this guy's so stupid he doesn't know what he's doing, because the proper strategy for him would say, holy shit, you guys better get ready, because these motherfuckers are coming.
That would make sense to me.
That's because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, when you're a dumb and, you haven't won an election in 40 years in California or whatever it's been, this is why, you guys in California, you wonder why the GOP loses. It's because the guy running the strategy is a moron. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm sitting here. If he was in our meeting room, I'd be sitting here looking at this guy like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you got to do your face. You got to face when that happens.
Yeah, this is it.
What?
That's it. Like, is this really coming out of your mouth right now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, dude, the guy's probably a Democrat, dude. That's the other thing is, you have a bunch of Democrats running in GOP positions across, holding GOP positions across the party, who are infiltrating and trying to get their like, these people are evil, dude.
Yeah, man.
I think this. Here's what I think. I think people that want the country to change better wake the up and get engaged and get involved, because they're going to cheat every single way possible. They're going to do every single thing they can. They don't care if you see it. They don't care if you catch them. They haven't been punished in who knows how long. They're emboldened. They don't care. There's no punishment for anything that they do. They're going to pull out everything. And if you guys want the country to change in the short term, we are going to need a change of administration. If we, regardless of Trump, like if you say, oh, I don't like Trump because he does this or he does that or he does this, do you want to be poor? Do you want crime? Do you want your life to look like shit? Do you want your country to be invaded and potentially lose all the opportunity for your kids? Because that's what we're voting for here. It's not about a vote for Trump. It's about a vote for a different America than what we're getting. And that's reality. And while Trump may not be the perfect candidate for people, I have a lot of gripes about Donald Trump. There's a lot of things that he's done where I'm like, dude, what the f are you doing? Why do you do that? Why, you know? And I've been open about that the whole time. And it's funny because people still call me like a Trumper, you know, when they want to criticize me. I'm not, dude. I just don't want our country to fall apart all the way. And we're real close to it. Another 4 years of Biden, bro, your kids will never have a shot ever in this country. It'll never happen. In fact, if you own a business, you won't have one. You're not going to have safe neighborhoods. You're going to pay absurdly more taxes. Bro, it's pretty well known that the presidents do the most aggressive action in their second term, not their first, because there's repercussions. All right. There's repercussions on what they did in their first term, but not in their second. All right. So what you're going to see in the second term of a Biden administration or even another Obama, because that's what Biden is.
Really what it is.
Biden's a third Obama term. And if they give him a fourth and a fifth with Michelle Obama, bro, this country's over. It will be a communist country. And you're going to look back 8 years from now and say, I wish I would have listened, and it's going to be too late. So you guys have to get over your distaste for Trump, however you don't like him, whatever it is you don't like about him, whatever it is you know, he rubs you the wrong. I don't know what it is. I don't like, for me, I look at Trump and I understand a lot of the things that he does. There's a lot of things I don't understand he does. You know, I think he got into office not knowing or understanding how corrupt it actually was.
The full game.
Yeah, I think, and dude, I think he doesn't know exactly what he's doing in that regard. You know, he appointed all these people that all kind of fucked him over, and people like to say, oh, he's exposing the swamp. At what cost? So there's a lot of things that we have to, you know, look at Trump and say, okay.
Gotta be honest about.
That's all I'm saying. And it's not like or dislike for Trump. I actually very much admire his patriotic drive. You know, this man was a multi-billionaire. He didn't bro, this guy lived the life that you guys would all kill to have. And he gave it up to come do this shit for you. And while he may not be perfect, he's the best chance that we have right now, in my opinion. Okay. And if we don't get over it and we don't go to battle for it, we're going to pay the price, and it's going to be steep. And I don't think people understand that. I think a lot of people want to say never Trump because he handled things the wrong way. Like, one of the things that I don't like about Trump is how he handled the vaccine shit and the COVID shit. And now they're acting like it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant, dude. Lots of people have died from the vaccine. Lots of people are sick from the vaccine. They closed millions of businesses or hundreds of thousands of businesses because of the shutdowns. On that, those are facts, right? And then on the other side, I can look at it from a person who's been in pressure situations and had to operate, you know, on a much smaller scale than that, right? But you make decisions based upon what's going on and the information you're told. And if you're surrounded by a bunch of corrupt people who are telling you information that isn't actually the truth, you know, imagine being this dude and these guys coming in and saying, if you don't close the country, bro, millions of people are going to die.
Right.
So now you have a lose-lose situation. There's no way to win that. You know what I mean? The one thing I think that would serve him very well is to address the vaccine situation and the Operation Warp Speed, because I ultimately think that's what's going to hurt him the most. I think there's a lot of people out here who are pissed about COVID, who are pissed about what's going on with the vaccines and how that all went down and the mandates and all this shit, because it all started with him. He had the power to say no or say something else. And I think if he just came out, and by the way, you're welcome to come on the show, Trump. Like, I would love to have you on the show just to talk about it, not to attack, not to, but just hear it. Like, what actually happened and what's your side of the story? Because just brushing it under the rug is pushing a lot of people away. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
And dude, I'm one of those people. Like, I look at Trump and I'm like, can I trust this dude or not?
Yeah.
You know, like, if I could trust you, bro, tell me the real deal on this vaccine, man. Because I know people who died from it personally, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying, man. We just need a little bit more explanation, I think, would help him a lot. And I don't know. I mean, do you think so?
100%. I think it's needed.
Yeah,
I
because
also want some more tactical. What are we doing about the shit?
yeah, I agree with that. He's
You know
kind of
what I'm
letting Vivek talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Like good cop, bad cop.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
We'll see.
I mean, dude, at the end of the day, bro, here's the deal. You got this or you got that. And while neither one of those are ideal and neither one of those are going to align with you, you've got to pick the one that's going to serve you the best, selfishly. What's going to serve you the best? What's going to get you to a point where you're not suffering the way that our country is suffering right now? Because what's happening in our economy and what's happening is being widely ignored in reality. Okay. Credit card defaults, bank defaults, repossessions. These things are sky high. Most people, it's like 78% of people that make $100,000 or more are living paycheck to paycheck. And the people below $100,000,
I don't even know how they're surviving.
dude, me neither. So like, bro, we have to be really honest about what we're doing here and put away this mentality of, I don't like the way he talks to people. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you like to eat?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's real,
So,
man. Yeah. Guys, jump in on this conversation down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. But that was our third and final headline, man. This was a nice little speedy cruise.
yeah.
We got through it. It's time for our final segment.
I don't
of
have the
show.
same energy as normal, bro. I'm wearing it pretty hard.
Oh, we're good, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Bro, we just put that cruise control in. We're moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If this is a little less today, guys, I apologize. I'm getting my ass beat right now.
I like
So,
it.
All right.
But guys, it is time for our final segment of the show. As always, we have thumbs up or dumb as f***. That's where we bring something up, talk about it, and look at one of those two options. Now, this one doesn't really come with a headline. It's just two videos for you. So let's see what you got. This is coming for a little context. This is in New York City. This guy's known as the Pigeon Man. All right. Let's see what you guys think.
Dude.
Watch this.
One lap. Up. One more. Down. Up. Get over here.
There's the column. His name's Larry the Birdman. Here's another.
Larry the Birdman, he's still alive. Check it out. Donations for birds. So if you come here, this fellow, he will take your birds, put them in his hand, his birds, and he'll put them on your hand, and you could take a picture with them. So if you ever want to take a picture with pigeons, this is your guy. And these are just birds that live out here, and he just takes control of them. It's a good jacket. Sisters of Mercy. So this is what he does, Larry the Birdman. He's been out here for a long time. Yeah. Only in New York could you control the pigeons yourself. That's a real king of New York right there. A man who can walk outside and the pigeons just know that he is the boss, right? That's the king of New York.
Yeah, Larry the Birdman.
That's pretty cool.
I want to know how he does it, though.
That's Piers Morgan there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, Piers Morgan gets so mad every year he gets pissed off around Christmas time, real
This
pissed
movie
off.
comes up.
Yeah, because everybody says he looks like that pigeon lady from Home Alone.
He does.
He does look like him.
He does. Yeah, controlling pigeons, man. What we got?
Dude, I don't know, man. That seems like a little razzle dazzle to me.
Really?
Yeah, like, I mean, there's probably like a secret to this. Like, you're watching the lead pigeon or whoever he probably knows who the boss pigeon is. They probably got like a little deal.
I don't know, bro. They were coming in. He said one more lap. They f***ing cut.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
AI,
pretty,
bro. That's what it
hey,
is.
it's pretty cool. Listen, you know what? I don't need to know all the f***ing magic. I just think it's cool.
It is cool.
Like, there's these people, like, people have lost the ability to just observe amazing things. Like,
Yeah, everything's got to be debunked.
yeah, like,
now.
we got to explain all the magic tricks. I don't want to know the magic, bro. I want to know, I just want to see it and be like, damn,
Abracadabra.
that was awesome. You know, like, because, dude, I have like an investigative, like
Like
critical mind,
Yeah,
right? Like,
I dig deeper.
I'm a problem solver. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I got to solve problems. That's how I think. But it's nice sometimes just to look at things and be like, wow, it's for real, dude. And this is one of those things. I'm not going to think too much into it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up for
I
Larry.
love it, man. I
Yeah.
love it. Well, guys, Andy, that is all I got.
Yeah, guys. Hey, like I said, I'm wearing it pretty hard. I apologize if I haven't been able to give the juice. I meant to give you guys another show this week, but it just wasn't happening. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And don't be a hoe.
Share the show.